Welcome YouTubers to the FUJI Sports YouTube channel. I'm Travis Stevens, 2016 Olympic silver medalist and BJJ black belt. Let's take a look at the 5 most common ways you can tie your belt. Let's get started. So let's take a look at how we can tie our belt in 5 effective ways. Version 1, we're going to find the center of the belt where the ends are the same length. We're going to cross our gi over so that the tag side is always out. We're going to take the center part of the belt and we're going to feed it right here in the center. We're going to pass it all the way around, crossing it in back. Okay? It doesn't matter which one we do first. We're just going to bring it around to the front. Now, when we're in this position, we want to make sure that the belt is nice and even, straight out in front of us. This one is. I want to take the tag side and I want to lay it down first. And then I'm going to take the bar, I'm going to pass it over the top. Okay? Now the bar is going to go underneath both layers. We're going to pass it up. We're going to pull it tight. From here, I can make sure my ends are even by shuffling the belt. Get it centered so that the knot's going to sit right in the center of our body. And we give it a nice pull to hold the gi in nice and snug. Now, when we make the knot, the red bar, the one coming through the top, if you have the tag on this side, it's going to be the tag. But the one on top is going to lay down and it's going to make a hole here for the bottom side to come through and pass in front there. Okay? So I want to pass it through, pull it nice and taut, again, center it, give it a pull, and we have a nice tied belt. Let's take a look at the second way we can tie our belt. I'm going to find the tag and I'm going to hold it in my hand. I'm going to let the rest of the belt fall. Now, I'm going to fix my gi up nice and tight, making sure the tag's to the outside again. This time, I'm going to put my hand holding the belt centered to my body and I'm going to determine the end length to my belt. Okay, this is about where I want my belt to sit and my hand is where I want the knot to be. So I'm going to hold the belt in place. And I'm going to wrap the long side around my body. Passing it over and just wrapping it around. You'll notice in the back, there's not going to be a cross now. So I have the red bar on this side. I'm going to pass it underneath both so that it's on top again. Now, I notice my red bar is a little bit longer than my tag. I'm going to fix that. I'm just going to shuffle it to the side, center it, and give it a pull so that both my belt lengths are at the same length. Now I'm going to take the red bar on top. I'm going to pass it, the tag side back through, and I have a nice tied belt with no crossing in the back. Let's take a look at version number 3. For version number 3, it's much like version number 2, where I'm going to have the tag side of the belt. We're going to fix the gi, tag side out again, and we're going to wrap it all the way around. This time we're going to get a little bit fancy with the knot. So everything's the same. We're going to pass the bar side all the way through. We're going to pull it nice and tight. And now my red bar is going to go between the 2 belts. Okay, I'm going to pass it through. There, so I have a little hole and I'm going to take the tag and I'm going to pass it through that side. But instead of pulling it tight, I'm going to take it through and I'm going to pass it halfway between. So both tags are halfway between. I'm going to make the knot look nice and professional. And now we have even belt lengths and our belt will stay together and keep our gi in. Let's take a look at the 4th version on how we can tie our belt. For this version, we have to find the center. So I have my ends met up. I have my center point. I'm going to pass my gi over. Tag side always out. We're going to pass it around once. We're going to cross it in the back just like version 1. And now when we come to the front here, what we're going to do is we're basically going to pass it midpoint. Okay, so there's a gap right here where the gi is. And then I'm going to pull it tight. Pass the red over. And now I have my belt tied. let's take a look at the 5th way we can tie our belt. Now, if you forgot your belt and you're at class and you need a belt and the only one available is too big for you, this is the knot you want to know. So we're going to find our tag side. We're going to fix our gi up the way we want. Tag side always out. We're going to wrap the belt around and we're going to determine our end length. We're going to wrap it around. Now, everything's the same. So we get to this point where we have one end that's extremely long and this one, and we don't want to tie it because it looks funny hanging way down here by our knees. So we're going to take the long end and we're going to go over the top of the belt and then back through a second time, pulling it kind of snug, but you should be able to get 2 fingers through. We're going to tie our belt like we normally would, but instead of pulling here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the tag side and we're going to pass it through that hole. And then we have our nice finished knot that's going to stay together with the short belt. So there are 5 ways you can tie your belt for judo and BJJ. Let us know in the comments below which one's your favorite. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you subscribe down below. Thanks for watching.